A storm brews over Ashford as Dr. Emily Carter arrives at her late grandfather's creaking Victorian mansion, its windows like eyes watching her every step. Inside, silence hums until she notices the antique grandfather clock in the hall, its pendulum swinging backward. Curiosity turns to unease when she finds her name engraved faintly beneath the glass face. That night, thunder shakes the house as she winds the clock, ignoring a strange whisper that seems to come from inside it. When the clock strikes 13, a sharp pain flashes through her head. The lights flicker, and suddenly, her phone reads a date that hasn't yet arrived. Morning comes too soon, and she realizes the same events are unfolding, but in reverse. Time is moving backward, and Emily's every action feels like something, or someone, is guiding her toward a truth her grandfather died trying to conceal. The next morning, Emily drives into Ashford, where townspeople act as if they already know her. A child greets her with, "You're back again," though she's never met him. At the diner, she meets Sheriff Daniel Reeves, a man carrying the weight of old loss. He tells her grandfather's death wasn't natural, and that ever since, the town's clocks have all been losing time. Emily visits the library, where she finds her grandfather's journals filled with equations about temporal reversal. Scribbled in the margins, "To fix the past, one must walk backward through its ashes." That night, the clock ticks faster in reverse, and her reflection lags behind her movements. She records a message for herself, but when she plays it back, her voice whispers, "Don't trust the sheriff." The town feels like a dream unwinding, and Emily senses that she's living yesterday's ghost in tomorrow's body. Emily wakes to discover that 1 hour, 3 a.m., has vanished entirely. Every clock skips over it. When she checks the security footage, there's static during that missing time, except for one chilling frame. Her standing in the clock room, eyes open, yet motionless. Sheriff Reeves brings her an old VHS tape labeled Hour Zero. On it, her grandfather repeats a phrase before collapsing. "Only backward can we go forward." She begins to feel time bending around her, déjà vu thickening until moments repeat in reverse order. Searching the attic, she finds the clock's blueprint, drawn with symbols resembling constellations. Then, in her dreams, she sees herself lying dead beneath the clock's pendulum. Each morning, that vision inches closer to reality. Emily begins to suspect that time itself has a hunger, and she has already fed it once before. The line between past and present collapses as Emily witnesses people from decades ago moving through her house, alive, unaware, reliving their final moments. She sees a young girl in a blue dress who vanishes when touched, leaving a frost mark on her skin. Sheriff Reeves confides that his wife, missing for years, has begun appearing in their home again, always moving backward through their memories. The town historian reveals that the clock first arrived in Ashford in 1890, and every owner has met a reversed death, their bodies found aging in reverse, time clawing them back. Emily listens to her grandfather's old tapes, hearing her own voice ask questions from a time she hasn't lived. The whispers grow louder, urging her to follow the ticks. In the reflection of the clock, she finally sees them, faces of the dead, staring from inside the glass, begging her to stop winding it as the backward ticking intensifies. Time in Ashford collapses. People regress to younger selves, their memories dissolving. Shadows move in the opposite direction of their owners. The town's clocks strike 13 in unison, and Emily realizes the backward cycle is nearing its 13th strike, the point of total erasure. Sheriff Reeves' wife appears alive again, whispering, "If you stop the clock, I'll die again." Torn between saving her or saving the town, he hesitates. Emily discovers that the clock's mechanism is missing a single piece, a golden gear engraved with her family's crest. When she inserts it, time surges violently, and the entire house trembles as though reality itself is resisting her. The sheriff screams that the 13th strike is coming. The air freezes, the world reverses, and everything fades to black as the sound of the final tick echoes through an empty, unraveling world. In her grandfather's notes, Emily decodes the clock's true nature. It wasn't built for power. It was a mathematical construct designed to erase tragedy through temporal symmetry. Every backward motion consumes human regret, transforming sorrow into energy. The more someone mourns, the stronger the clock grows. Emily realizes the town's endless suffering is the fuel keeping it alive. Her own grief, losing her parents young, has bound her to the clock since childhood. Each night, her memories shift, faces she once knew vanish from photos. When she confronts the truth, the floorboards ripple beneath her feet like water. The clock begins speaking in her grandfather's voice. To undo what was done, one must become what was lost. The line between her identity and the clock's purpose blurs. She is not just the victim of its curse. She's the equation that sustains it. Time fully reverses, pulling the town into 1955. The streets are alive again with people who should be long dead, unaware they're walking inside a decaying loop. Emily and the sheriff remain the only ones conscious of the collapse. Beneath the house, they find a hidden chamber filled with blueprints, human bones, and gear wheels arranged in a perfect circle, the workshop of the clockmaker who built it to rewrite grief. The sheriff discovers an inscription. Every tick requires a heartbeat. Realizing someone must die to stabilize time, he sacrifices himself, taking the 13th strike in Emily's place. But the clock refuses to stop. Instead, his body reverses, vanishing into smoke. Emily falls to her knees as time ripples outward, erasing the town, street by street, leaving her alone with a ticking that no longer needs time to exist. Emily awakens in a hospital room bathed in warm sunlight, but everything is wrong. The calendar reads 20 years earlier. Her mother, long dead, lies weakly beside her, whispering her name. Outside, the world looks brighter, softer, untouched by the curse. Yet in the hallway, the faint echo of ticking follows her. As Emily holds her mother's hand, she understands. The clock didn't curse time. It gave her what she always wanted, a chance to relive the moment before loss. But she feels the air distort, the walls flicker. The nurse's reflection moves out of sync, and Emily hears the clock strike once more. Her mother fades, repeating, "Don't wind it again." The final shot pans through an antique store window, where the same clock now sits polished and perfect, ticking backward. A sign reads, "Antique Treasures, Ashford Estate Collection." The curse, reborn, waits for the next grieving soul.